Good morning or good afternoon. Today we'll be watching a video on Quizzette 704. As always, make sure you have your last name, comma, first name, today's date, and your class color. Number 1 on the days will always have the addition or subtraction of positive and negative numbers. Positive and negative numbers, I remind you, is just integers. When you see subtraction, go ahead and automatically turn that into the addition of the opposite so that you do not get confused. So if I look at my first step, I have a positive and a negative, I have a positive and I have a negative number. So when they are different signs, we subtract them and then we keep the sign of the bigger number. So -3 plus +10 is +7. And now we can add this -8 that's left over. And again, these have different signs, so you subtract them. And then you keep the sign of the bigger number. So your answer is -1. Number 2, the number line shows record low temperatures for 4 states. What is the difference in degrees between the record low temperatures in Hawaii and South Dakota? So the first thing is I'm going to locate Hawaii and South Dakota. And Hawaii is 12 units away from 0. So I know that's 12 units away from 0. And then South Dakota is 58 degrees away from 0. You can add those two together, and that will get you the amount of degrees, the difference between them in distance, and it's 70 degrees. Now you could say that it's -70 degrees because you are in the direction you're going is -70. But the question is just asking, what is the difference? What is the difference or the distance? So it's 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Make sure you put your units. Last week I didn't stress it enough. This week I will be giving points. Make sure you put degrees Fahrenheit. Okay? Number 3. Number 3 is going to be different for each day. These are actually screenshots directly from the quiz that you will be seeing either at the end of this week or the end of next week. I haven't decided yet. So these questions are meant to be done by you, on your own. So read them, reason through them. If I give you group time, I would start with number 3 so that I can make sure that I know what I'm doing. These questions are going to be exactly on your quiz. So you want to get these right. Number 3, which of the following expressions has a value greater than 2? Select yes or no. So we're going to solve each one. So A is -3 plus -4. That's -7. Change that to addition of the opposite. So I have -7 plus 2. So that's going to be -5. So that's clearly not greater than 2. So no, it's not greater than 2. Now I'm going to look at letter B. And that's -3 plus +4. And that's 1. Now 1 plus +2 is going to be 3. So this is actually greater than 2. So yes, it is. Letter C says -3 plus -4 is actually -7. -7 plus -2, remember addition of the opposite, that means it's -9. That is not greater than 2. And then the last one, remember, every subtraction, I change it into addition of the opposite. Addition of the opposite. So I have 3 plus +4, which is +1. Now I can add the -2 to it, but I know they're different signs, so I subtract them, and my answer is -1. Is that greater than -2? No. So the correct answer here is just B. I also want to point out something in the other days. On number 2, you're going to see the same graph, but they're asking you about different states. So make sure you're mindful of the states. It's the same numbers though for the graph. Then on the second on the back page, if you go there quiet, if you have any questions, just please raise your hand. You're going to see that the number line is on number 2, but it's not on Thursday or Friday. And the reason for that is because it just didn't fit. I didn't want to make the Quizzette 3 pages. So you're going to use this graph for number 2 and number 3. It's the same graph. It's just asking you about a different distance. So keep that in mind. Another thing that I would like for you guys to keep in mind is that these questions change every single day. So it's not the same procedure. You have to read these carefully. All right? As always, good luck on the Quizzette. And if